What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Small Soldier series. Today we're gonna do another unboxing like I promised and told you guys on my last video, which is the Frankenstein review. Check my channel for that one. It's a good one. Basically, I had a long talk with myself. Should I open this new figure up? Yes or no? I like looking at it in the box, but I want to feel it. I want to see the articulation, the paint job throughout a 360 view, show you guys the gimmick behind it. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to stare at the figure, but it's another thing to show you guys what's inside the figure. It's like having a treasure box in your house. You don't know what's inside of it unless you really open it, right? But today we're going to be reviewing Kip Killigan Battle Changing Kip. Now, I like this figure for two reasons. One, because it's a Commando Elite figure. That is within itself is just wow. You know, I love the Commando Elite. That's the team I would choose. And not to say I don't like the Gorgonites. I like the Gorgonites, but I love the Commando Elite. It's a big difference. This is just amazing because it's one of the rarest figures. This came towards the end of the Small Soldiers toy line, and it is the Battle Changing series. These include Battle Changing Kip, Battle Changing Archer, Battle Changing Frankenstein. Now, they advertising, what you'll see is that they'll be advertising these figures on the back of the box, but the figures I see here on the back, they're a more later release figure. They're not the most recent figures that came out from the toy line, and they're deluxe figures including vehicles, battle changing series. But I love this, you know, I love it. Like always, they'll have the concept art of the individual, their origins, what they're about, their story. They'll talk about the Commando or the Gorgonites, what they are, the definition of it, and advertising the figures. Now, if we look closely, you'll be able to see that they have Battle Changing Archer. He basically turns into some sort of crossbow that he hunches over, like punch it and shoots from the back. We have Battle Changing Frankenstein, which he's more of like a vehicle. He turns into a vehicle and shoots a missile. Pretty cool figure. I actually do not like the paint job, but I like the figure. I need to get that Archer, but it's too expensive and it costs a fortune to get right now. I got everything here except for the other two Battle Changings and the Ultra Armor Archer. I'm not really a fan. I mentioned it before in my collection video because it has too many pieces of its armor that could be lost and you could lose it really quickly. I do have the Ball Assault tank. I do not have the Ground Assault vehicle, but I have everything else. Now, one thing I love about this figure is the concept art. Just look at that. Look at that artwork, that art piece. Like, that looks dope. He looks just sick. And then the blades coming out, you know. Talk a little bit about this. It says Battle Changing Kip converts to spinning attack mode. Its functions is shock trooper. Ability / strength hyper ferocious. When Battle Changing Kip is engaged in furious spinning assault, no Gorgonite wants to get in its way of this fearsome Commando Elite. Super sharp blades which flip out from the arm spell devastation for anything and anyone unfortunate enough to get caught in his path. His only objective is to seek and destroy, and Battle Changing Kip leaves nothing but path of sheer destruction in his wake. I just love how the Hasbro / Kenner, they just came up with stuff like this. It's pretty cool. A lot of people were complaining that this figure has its bandana on, like a do-rag type of thing. I'm actually a fan of it. I remember you could see him wearing this bandana do-rag in the very first part of the film where he comes and he breaks his way out of the box at the toy store. That's the only part we see him with that bandana do-rag, and he kind of like takes it off and he's just with that Superman style haircut, widow's peak. Overall, pretty cool figure. Again, I want to take him out the box, but yet again I don't. I just want to feel him, you know. I just want to tell you guys what's up. So we're gonna get him out the box, and we're gonna do that. Whew. I'm so nervous. I wish I kind of had two copies. One I could just keep like this. The other one I could open. Whew. Oh yeah, another thing. A lot of people paid a couple $100s for this. I know this figure could go anymore. The fact that it's new, this figure could easily go for $400, $500. I actually got this figure for about $200. You just gotta be alert and active on eBay or other websites, and once you see it, just bookmark it, look at it, keep an eye on it, snipe it, and you'll get it. I guarantee you. I'm just excited. Like, whoo, let's get this ball rolling. You know what I mean? Like, if I sold this, I could probably get $400 right now if I just sold it. I'm a kid at heart. I will not sell it. I either would keep it or I would open it, which is the same thing, but I won't sell it. I got it for half the price that it goes on online right now. And the thing was, this figure back then was like $12, and look how much it is worth now. Don't even get me started on the battle changing Archer. Some guy on eBay has that figure for $1,000 right now. You got to be crazy. But again, super exciting. Let's get this figure opened up. Whew. I'm nervous. I don't even want to open it, but see, I just keep the box. I rather keep the box, do as minimum damage as possible, just to keep the concept art. I love the aesthetic of the box, the paint job, everything is good. Whew, wow. He looks wow, man, he looks cool. Whew. He kind of reminds me of an Inspector Gadget, just due to the he looks right here in the front, how he could just open up and just, you see his, like, you could see like the robotic exoskeleton in there. It's pretty cool. So we close him up. I don't know if he stays closed. Oh, correct, he does. He could stay. Okay, that was something I had a question on. I told myself, is it possible that he could kind of like close and not stay open, but if you press it good enough between, it'll stay closed, you know, it won't open up. But articulation in its feet, you can only go so back. Articulation in its front, its hands, articulation 360. Its head, 360 for sure. You just kind of got to open up the body, the upper body, for his head to turn, which is not bad. Even if you close the head, it kind of turns proportionately. Let's talk about these blades now. Again, this is my second favorite Commando Elite. My favorite is Chip Hazard. Second will be Killigan. Third will be Brick Bazooka. Now, right off the back, there's a little wheel in a way back here where you'll, with your hand, spin around, and he'll spin either direction, really. Either direction he could spin. Left, right, you know. Excuse me, there's a little bit too much music outside, you know, it's just, I live in New York, you know, people party all the time, it's summer. But if you open him up, and you could even do it a lot more efficiently, and it looks a lot better. You see that? Like, that's just cool. I don't know, that's just cool to me. It's blades, they fold back to his elbow, forward, back. The paint job is amazing. Let's just start off with looking at the figure from the front. We could see the shurikens, which is the star, the ninja star. He has that kind of bullet. I forgot what this is called. Damn, I literally forgot. But it's literally the bullet part, and it wraps around his body. But they kind of didn't color it back here. They should have done that. Pretty lazy on their end. Olive green is my favorite color, so he's just that much better. The detailing, he's one of the few commandos that actually has the skull icon on his belt. Not a lot of the other commandos don't have it quite, but yeah, he even has a knife prop on his ankle there, as well as the other side. Pretty cool figure. Again, it feels great. Perfect. He does have actually the tattoo of the heart with the thunderbolt around through it. Yeah, but it's not colored in, which is fine. You know, I don't really care too much about it. I just like this figure a lot. It's pretty cool. Kind of wish I had two of these, but you know, spins around. That's his gimmick. It literally blades out. He opens up completely, and he just spins around. And I could kind of picture him just walking in any direction he wants, and he's just spinning around, and anything cut in his path, he's just gonna cut it. But overall, a very good figure. Now, I only had one complaint. I was too young back then to even notice it, but now that I'm older, I always wondered, why did they make two Insidiacs? This is the second one right here. I prefer the second one over the first one. He's more bulked up. They made multiple archers. They have an electro charging chip, which is a chip hazard with like he kind of mimics and represents the chip hazard of the end of the film where he's getting electrocuted in the telephone pole. They have that chip hazard, battle changing, the regular chip hazard. That's about it. That's not bad. 3 chip hazards. He's the leader. Makes sense. The electric chip hazard. I think it's just. It looks exactly like the original chip hazard. Just the uniform is a little bit different with the color because it has volts. They could have disregarded that figure. They could have disregarded a Frankenstein, Insidiac, excuse me. They have 2 Frankensteins. It's not really necessary. And then they also have multiple archers. I get it, Archer's the leader, but still, you have an ultra armor archer, which doesn't even represent anything in the movie. I think it's a figure that I probably won't even get, you know, like the battle changing archer looks pretty dope, the original archer looks good, and then the battle damage archer looks good. If you already have those 3 archers, why make an ultra armor archer? That's just my complaint. Like the reason why I'm bringing this up to you guys is because they did not release a Butch Meat Hook or a Link Static figure from the Commando Elite. They only have a Brick Bazooka, multiple versions of Chip, Nick Nitro, and Kip Killigan. 4 commandos when there were supposed to be 6. They made so much Gorgonites, multiple copies and versions of the Gorgonites. I'm just like, are you serious? Like, why can't you just release Butch Meat Hook or Link Static? Like, you did a huge disservice to the fans just by doing that. You know what I mean? But overall, he's one of the last Commandos to come out. Maybe if Hasbro / Kenner, if they made another small soldiers, like for instance, let's just say this was the last one, the battle changing, you know, series of the small soldiers. Now if they made another one, like another series of small soldiers after battle changing, they probably would have came out with a Link Static and Butch Meathook 100%, and maybe they would have probably had an extra copy of a Gorgonite. They probably would have had a Ocula, because the only Ocula is the one for Burger King, which they don't really own, and the other one comes in the Balsall tank, which I think is pretty cheap. It doesn't even look that good. But aside from that, that's pretty much it. This is the Kip Killigan Battle Changing Kip review. One of my favorite Commandos, if not my favorite, my second favorite. I'm happy I own him. I did the unboxing right before you guys' eyes. Kind of hurt me, but not really. I wanted to open him up. I couldn't have him in the box any longer. But definitely give a like this video, subscribe, share it, and I hope to see you guys soon.